How does Nvidia GTX 1650 graphics for laptops compare against the newer RTX 3050 mobile? The 1650 from the Turing generation was announced in April 2019. It is now over 2 years old and still being marketed by Nvidia as the entry-level gaming GPU, and sold by all major brands such as Acer, MSI, Lenovo, HP and Dell. The RTX 3050 family, which includes RTX 3050 and RTX 3050 Ti, both released in May 2021, has much higher power consumption. The RTX 3050 is set to replace the current GTX 1650 Ti in the budget category of laptops. Let's see if the raw gaming performance is worth it over the 1650 family. For this test, I am using the 2021 edition of ROG Strix family of laptops. The reason is simple. Using the same chassis from the same manufacturer will eliminate variable factors such as major hardware deviations and thermal design. In all tests I am using 32 GB of RAM in a 16:2 configuration with dual rank to ensure that no performance loss coming from memory. For those of you wondering, there is no difference between the 15 and 17-inch version of laptops in terms of heat. Both the 15 and 17-inch will perform equally if they had the same hardware. Before you watch the results, it took me a lot of time and effort to make this video, so if you find the video useful, please remember to drop a like on the video and share my video on any social platform. On to the test results. I tested all games at 1080p and highest settings, usually Ultra, with VSync disabled. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was tested with the game's built-in benchmark software. At 1080p and Ultra settings, the GTX 1650 with R7-4800H, which is AMD's second Zen architecture from last year, scored 31 FPS. The same chassis, with the newest R7-5800H and GTX 1650, scored 33 FPS. The results may not seem very high, but remember these tests were done at Ultra settings. If you lower the graphics to high or medium, the performance will see a significant jump. Check out my 1650 video by clicking on the card above, or check out the link in the video descriptions after watching this video. RTX 3050, with 80 watts TGP, plus 15 watts of dynamic boost, averaged 38 FPS in this graphically demanding title. Again, these are benchmark results at highest settings. Real gameplay would likely vary depending on the scene, but these are the averages. Batman Arkham Knight was tested with the built-in PC performance benchmark at highest settings. GTX 1650 with R7-4800H scored 48 FPS, while RTX 3050 managed to pull 62 FPS. That's nearly 30% difference in performance. Deus Ex Mankind Divided saw a 21% difference with the built-in benchmark at Ultra settings. In F1 2018, the 1650 rendered 71 FPS at Ultra, while the RTX 3050 did 99 FPS in the same benchmark test. 39% difference in this case. This game typically draws benefit from both CPU and GPU upgrades, so this result wasn't a surprise. Far Cry 5 at Ultra 1080p. GTX 1650 benchmarked 58 FPS with R7-4800H, 58 FPS with 5800H, and 81 FPS with the RTX 3050. So the processor upgrade did no difference in this case, but 40% was gained from the GPU. Fortnite is probably the game where you would see the biggest advantage with the RTX 3050, as RTX enables DLSS. DLSS is not possible with any GTX card. With GTX 1650, 1080p and epic settings, you are generally looking at 60 FPS. With RTX 3050 and DLSS enabled, you can easily go beyond 100 FPS even at epic settings. In Gears 5, the relative difference translates into 41% in advantage for the RTX 3050, and in Gears Tactics, around 36%. Horizon Zero Dawn was tested using the game's built-in benchmark tool. At 1080p highest settings, the GTX 1650 pulled 35 FPS, while RTX 3050 managed 52 FPS, a massive 49% gain over the former. In Metro Exodus, it was a similar affair, with RTX 3050 managing 44% more FPS on average. The difference in Red Dead Redemption 2 was around 31%, with neither card able to drive the game at ultra settings. In Rise of the Tomb Raider, the RTX 3050 came out roughly 33% higher than the GTX 1650. Shadow of the Tomb Raider saw 11% boost with the processor and 27% gain from the upgraded graphics. In Tom Clancy's The Division 2, the relative difference was 38%. Total War: Three Kingdoms was tested with the built-in benchmark at ultra settings. At ultra settings, there was no difference between the older and newer processor. However, the upgraded graphics represents a significant boost by 47%. In summary, the difference between the RTX 3050 and GTX 1650 is rather substantial. Averaged out across all games tested, the relative difference is around 35%. These are just games tested without ray tracing features or DLSS enabled. With DLSS enabled, the difference between the two cards will be even bigger. As the RTX 3050 is set out to replace the GTX 1650 Ti, the choice is as clear as ever. You should upgrade to the RTX 3050, even if the price gap is around $150 to $200. The 3050 brings excellent value for money and raises performance across the board. You will still be able to find the 1650 in budget gaming laptops, most likely throughout 2022 as well. My recommendations is simple. If you have budget for around $900 to $1,000, the RTX 3050 is a clear winner from the RTX 3050 family. Promotions and sales will affect the general pricing. However, keep in mind that the RTX 3050 is generally 35% better than the 1650, with more modern technology inside. If you are considering a sub-$1,000 gaming laptop, the RTX 3050 will bring you the best cost versus performance ratio. I hope this video brought you some clarity in your purchase journey. Please take a second to leave a like on the video and share my videos on any social platform. If you have any questions that you cannot find the answer to in the video, feel free to drop them in the comments.